What's up, guys? Welcome back to the next installment. What's happening, my boys? What's going on here?
Okay, I got a fix. That was weird. So, I don't know. I did some stuff in between the last episode and this episode off screen. I don't know what I did. It's been a while, as I've stated. So I start this episode off by doing other side quests that are not related to the side quest I was doing with Fafnir's storeroom. And then I end up, instead of doing instead of doing Sindri's side quest with that, we're gonna start off with going to the Northry Gorge and going through, I believe, Brock's storeroom side quest or whatever it is. So, a little convoluted here starting off, but eventually we're going to get back on track, I believe, hopefully. I don't know how this is going to work going forward because I've not reviewed all the footage. And I'm not going to until I actually get to editing it because it's a lot. It's a lot of hours to review to have an idea of what's going on before I start editing all of it. And I don't have that kind of time. I do know that I have made a lot of changes in how I record things and how I do the whole background production side of things since the beginning of this year. So things are going to be going a lot smoother once I get caught up here with these episodes, which is going to be 15 parts for this. So yeah, let's get into it. I hope y'all enjoy. I can't go here yet. Yes, I can. Sorry, because I got he gave me the fucking key for it.
Father, look up there.
This is Sindri's, I think. Sindri's quest line. Get the whetstone. Okay, maybe it is Sindri's quest line. I don't know what happened in between these episodes. I really don't. I'm gonna do some magic and get this episode on track. What's up, Sindri?
Once you retrieve the whetstone, please take utmost care while handling it. It is a priceless relic after all.
Pieces of scattered core.
I still can't believe his son would kill his own father. That's crazy.
Yo, we're skipping through so much kind of dialogue right now. That's like 3 different subjects.
But come on.
Pick a topic, y'all.
I mean,
Well, maybe if
I
you
get
weren't
angry at
trying
you
to do
sometimes,
18 side quests at once,
sometimes,
this
yeah.
would be a lot less convoluted,
but I'd never stab
fellow,
him in the back.
in the past. That'd be nice. That'd make my job now a whole lot easier. But no, we're not. I didn't have that kind of foresight. All right, guys. So I'm going to take this time. I need to not clap because that sounded terrible last time. All right, so I'm going to take this time to talk to you about what's going on in the background, as well as covering plans for future projects and other stuff I want to do on this channel. So to start off, the main goal here is to get through that big gate. And to do that, we have to spin that water wheel that I keep jumping through. And, I've just done it. All right. Now, this side quest also ties into another side quest quite well in that, well, we finally find out the fate of the son of the Reaver that we ran into way back when I fought that first forest ancient. His ship is here, and we find out that he has been unalived by his crew after killing his own father, or unaliving this isn't TikTok. After unaliving his own father, and it's quite brutal. It really is quite brutal. We also get the what was it called? The wrecked Gauntlet of the Ages or something like that. Destroyed Gauntlet of the Ages, which is a phenomenal item that I'm very happy to have gotten. And that's going to be very important towards the end of these 15 parts that I recorded initially, starting last year at the beginning and at the beginning of this year. If you all played this game or know anything about this game, which you probably do, you probably know something about this game. That's one thing about these recordings that kind of irritated me a little bit, is that I recorded them with the, I guess, presumption that whoever's going to be watching these doesn't know anything about these games. And if you don't, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. If this is your first introduction to the series, first of all, I'm very grateful that you decided to watch my videos as an introduction to the series and this game in particular. And here is that Reaver's son. They don't meet a very pleasant end at all. So we end up getting the whetstone that the Reaver's son got at some point throughout the story, and then we take down this traveler right here who nets us the gauntlet, and there it is, entirely unupgraded, just base gauntlet of the ages. We're going to be going through and doing side quests to upgrade that before we get back to the new content that's going to be recorded here at some point, maybe this month, probably this month. We'll probably start recording again towards the end of this month. I don't know, we'll see. It's October 2023 for reference. So now that we have that, the rest of this area is unlocking the path to get back to Sindri. We do one loop all the way around this canal that leads us back out through right there, back out to where Sindri is, and then we progress the storyline with that. Now, as for other series I want to do, the other day I got set up, yesterday as a matter of fact, I got set up with a third TV screen that I've had for a while, and I hooked up to my PlayStation 5 with the HD60S capture card. So I can now record PS5 games, or any console game for that matter, quite easily. All I have to do is take my HDMI out of my PS5 and plug it into my Switch, for example, and I'm good to go. So that opens up a whole lot of content variety for me to do. Upon doing all that yesterday, I realized that I now have access to Near Replicant, which is great because I didn't want to spend money on that game. However, I did really want to play that game, so I can do that now. Oh, and we're getting back to Sindri. Hey, Sindri.
Matter of fact, we did.
Oh, wonderful! This staining is unusual.
The Reavers used it to smash another Reaver's face in.
Oh, wonderful. Here, for your trouble.
I love Brock and Sindri.
I can't wait to test out the new whetstone. It may not look like much, but it's probably humming with magic. I'm needing a new one after my brother bought the last one. I saw him spit on it.
Voice.
Tell him it out. He said, I didn't ask for it back. Let's do it.
Alright, so back again with the voiceover. I end up taking care of this other side quest before as I'm going through this more, I'm recalling that I don't think I could do much over at King's Hollow. Like, I don't think I could get through that door, so I just did stuff off screen and then came back and did not care to explain any of that in the recording. I don't know why I didn't care to explain that in the recording, but I didn't. So I get back to the Reaver after collecting 3 bones for the 3 bones of his dead wife that were scattered around her, whatever happened to her. And he repays me by reviving her as a wraith. So then I quickly unalive his wife yet again. And as for why this guy thought that would go any differently, who knows? I mean, I'm not from around here. He doesn't know anything about Kratos, so he didn't know, I'm the god of war. Like, so now I'm trying to find my way over to continue on with Brock's side quest yet again and do something there. So I'm doing a lot of geographical puzzling, map reading here to try and figure out how I'm supposed to get on over there, and I come to the conclusion that I need to go over to near Thor's statue to get over there. As for how I figured that out, don't ask me, because it's been so long since I played the game, I don't understand the pathways on that map anymore. It seems kind of straightforward, but it also doesn't. So back to what I was talking about before with Nier Automata. I want to do that series on this channel, and I believe I'm going to start with Replicant and then go into Automata. Even though the stories aren't really too connected from what I remember, there are some connections to be had there. But, you know, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. There's also, you know, if y'all got, like, I got a lot of games on the PlayStation, so if y'all got any suggestions for anything you want to see me do on the channel, anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments of this video, or any video for that matter. You know, maybe I plan to do some polls eventually at some point, maybe once I get past that 100 subscriber threshold. We'll see how this goes. I mean, we'll see. I'm figuring this out. I'm working on getting the editing down, getting like coherent storylines going and all that. So, you know, I'm improving day by day with each video. Now, here we are with Brock.
Hey, what up, Brock? I just helped your brother out with his long-ass side quest I finally finished. Apparently, I think this is going to be the end of yours. I hope. Or at least for now. I don't know. There might be more later.
I can't hear thoughts from Rings, Brock. It's talking to me. It's Anvari.
Ha! Knew it.
He says he went to the Velnder mines to observe his mistake, but then the Soul Eater attacked. So as he was being ripped apart, he cast a spell that removed his soul and put it in this ring. And then he...
What about all his stuff?
Huh?
Anvari had a workshop here with all sorts of posh doodads and ornatery tools, and one beaut of a hammer.
You already knew
mention
this.
of it still in there?
You're upsetting him.
Your point? You fellas take Anvari with you and go have a look-see. If you find his hammer, I'll whip up something real nice for you.
At this point, Kratos doesn't even argue. He knows it's going to be worth it. Wasn't I here before? No, this is not where I was before. There was another place.
Hi guys, I'm back again. More post-com here. I'm gonna do this with this entire episode, I think, because there's a lot of reasons. For one, the continuity issues involved in my live commentary. I don't know what I was... Look, actually, I do know what happened. What you're looking at right now, the person you see on the screen is a person that is awake at 7 a.m. in the morning for no good reason. I don't know why. I think I got done recording the last episode and then went over the footage or something, and that led me into recording more. I didn't edit the footage. I'm doing it now, 9 months later, so I had plans for the recording and the editing process for this, and I don't know what they were. So here we are going through Evaldi's mind, I believe. The Evaldi's mind, I believe, trying to get his smithing hammer for Brock so that he can make cool stuff for us. There's not a whole lot that happens here. I end up fighting a traveler who does kill me on my first attempt, but then I quickly take him down on the second. Wasn't too entertaining in my opinion. We also fight a dark elf here who gives us Aegir's protection, which is a nice ability to have. I guess, I don't know. I don't use it. I'm so bad at post-coming this because I'm trying to fit this all, like I'm trying to get my information out there quick enough while fitting it all into the time frame that I have going here. Anyways, y'all don't need background headache stuff is what that is. Y'all don't care for that. Y'all here for the jokes and the humor and the content and the deaths, I'm sure. Or whatever reason you're here for, who knows. What I was talking about before was other games that I could do on the channel, and there are some games that I have in mind that I do want to do, Nier, as I already stated. Another series I would like to do is Kingdom Hearts. And I actually did start recording some stuff for that because I wanted to have a all-in-one series going from Kingdom Hearts 1, or Birth by Sleep rather, up to the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, and I wanted to edit them in such a way that I'm playing through them all on the channel in chronological order, so all of the, you know, the story's kind of more coherent. But then in doing that, I realized that that is quite the hefty task that is proven to be quite impossible. Like, I recorded a decent chunk of the, I got through all the way almost through Kingdom Hearts 1, and then I lost like 3 hours of footage, which was pretty much the entirety of the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1, and so that discouraged me. And then I started Kingdom Hearts 2, and I did like half of Birth by Sleep, and there's no good way to edit all of that footage together in such a way that the chronological order of the story is coherent, because there's a lot of in-between information that they rely on you to have finished previous games that they released, like in Birth by Sleep, to understand what's happening. So it wasn't going to turn out well at all. I might still do the games individually and kind of give you the story that way. We'll see. I mean, there's a few other games that I want to do as well. You know, I really loved Hollow Knight, and I'm super excited for Silk Song to come out, if it ever does. That'd be a dream come true. At this point, I don't think that Silk Song will be coming out anytime soon. It was supposed to come out mid this year, 2023, then it was supposed to come out like this month or next month of 2023, October, November. However, now there's talk that it might, there's rumors going around it might not come out because of Unity's new policies that it's come out with, which are pretty much reflecting Unreal Engine's policies, where if you make a game that makes over $1 million in revenue, you've got to give a percentage of that to the engine company. And as you just saw, we just got the hammer, so now we're making our way back to Brock and going to be finishing off that side quest, this one right here rather, and then moving on to the next bit, which might actually be King's Hollow. I don't know, we'll find out.
You two find that hammer, or you too busy looting every keyhole and cranny?
Here, the alchemist hammer. His spirit is a nuisance.
Yeah, Anvari always was an asshole. Hell of an alchemist, though. Hand him over here and I'll melt him down.
What? You're going to melt down your friend?
A trapped soul's what I need to give your reward some extra oomph. You don't want it?
Father, we can't do that. Here, you hold on to him. He's really useful, I promise.
Fine. So long as he proves his worth.
No, I want the...
Amir, what else did the serpent tell you when you spoke? Kinda sounded important.
I'm sure it's nothing. He just said the boy seemed familiar to him.
Me? That's impossible.
Don't I quite agree? Unless, perhaps, he refers to something yet to be. It is
So, like...
that when Jormungandr and Thor battle at Ragnarok, their clash so violently shakes the tree of life that it splinters, casting the serpent backward through time, even before his own birth.
What?
That is madness.
Well, I did say not to concern yourself.
Yeah, so he was born through the events that Atreus went through when he teleported randomly in Ragnarok in his sleep or some shit, right? And then, so in a way, Atreus is like Jormungandr's daddy, okay? And this Jormungandr has already been there, fought Thor at Ragnarok and all that. So this Jormungandr is way older. I think he gets his soul stolen from him. No, it's fucking weird, man. Like, he shouldn't exist.
So note to self, don't record when you are extraordinarily exhausted, because you will not save any of that footage, especially if you're like me and using AI audio reduction. That just ruins so much. I hope I don't have to do this for the remainder of the next few parts that I'm doing. This is 11 out of the 15, so yeah. For the rest of this footage here, it is me fumbling around, completing the side quest for the Reaver on the Forgotten Cavern Isle. I believe that's the name of the isle, at least. I completely lost my train of thought, y'all. Bear with me here. Bear with me. Okay, this is my 5th time now doing post-com over this section. So, yeah, I go over, I get the 3 things that I need over on this, like, puzzle aisle. That's 3 aisles combined into, like, one area. And there's not a whole lot of interesting stuff happens. There's not a whole lot of interesting stuff that happens during the rest of this raw footage here. I'm just running around completing that side quest, and I go over to where I fought the Forest Ancient, and we'll get to it. So I want to take a second and talk about my interest in Kingdom Hearts. Now, I understand there's a terrible fandom out there, and a lot of derogatory comments are made about that fandom. I don't know how any of this started or what happened in between that. Like, I guess maybe somebody got charged with something. Some stuff came out about a few people that like Kingdom Hearts. I don't know. Don't lump me in with the fandom. Look, I also don't want to see any comments down here that are like, oh, you like Kingdom Hearts, so you're a pedo or something like that. Like, no, look. Any like fandom war, console war, anything like that, I don't care for this kind of rhetoric or any of these derogatory comments, or even being any way, shape, or form involved in any drama like that. It's just a waste of time. It's a lot of hate speech, I assume. Maybe it doesn't specifically fall under hate speech as far as legality terms are concerned. I don't care to involve myself in toxic fandoms, or the opposite of toxic fandom, which is talking bad about it. You know, if you like what you like, you like what you like. If you don't like it, you don't like it. It's that simple. Yeah, I don't really got a whole lot to talk about here. Like, I'm struggling to be positive about this episode because of how much I've had to scrap, and I've just gone here and I've post-commed everything that I could, try and save the continuity of it, but there is no continuity here because I don't know what happened in between the last part at King's Hollow and now. Maybe I couldn't continue on with the quest line there. I was going the wrong way or something. I didn't care to explain it. Here we get some more story bits from Sindri. This might be tied into what happens at King's Hollow. Part of me, like, I'm thinking about it right now, and part of me feels like that everything to do with King's Hollow happens at a later point in the story, where I'm not going to spoil any of it in case y'all don't know. If you know, you know, but like, it involves 2 people that just don't get along right now. And here I am, back at the place, like I said previously, here I am going into this temple place where I fought the Forest Ancient, to return the dagger, I think it was, to the Reaver that got unalived by his son. And finally being done with that quest line entirely and getting the rewards for that. After I complete this, I make my way back over to the Valkyrie that I was fighting before, Kara, and I attempt that again, and that goes about how you'd expect. I'm not even going to bother showing it because it is legitimately another hour of me dying over and over again. I get it down to about 25% or a little less, every single fight, and then I die, and I get rezzed, and I die within the next 60 seconds. That's the entirety of what happens, so I'm just not going to bother showing that. Anyways, we're reaching the end of this recording here, so I hope y'all enjoyed this very inconsistent, incoherent episode, and hopefully the rest of this isn't going to be like this. If it is, I might just condense the next several parts into one big part and get back into recording fresh off with all of my new insights and all of my new skills and technology and everything. So yeah, be safe, have a good night, good evening, good morning, whatever it is. Please still like and subscribe, please. This took me a lot of time, several hours, months even, if you want to, depending on how you want to think about it. Bye.